So I'm gonna tell you again. I've been talking about it in previous episodes, I guess you can call them. But like, I'm gonna try and make it a bit more simple. How you can quickly, as a free-to-play player, look like me, like have full storages, a bunch of gems, constantly working builders in the lab, and just advance really quickly and also have a lot of fun. So I'm gonna give you the simple acts that you need to do, and then well, you'll try, and then you might improve some of them, you might change some of them, but eventually you will find the perfect spot for how you can progress the fastest. So, this is, of course, applicable to me specifically, but you can apply some of those things to you, maybe entirely and maybe only in part. That's up to you. But what you do need to know is that if you really, really want to play, progress the game very quickly and you want to reach the higher levels, you will need to play the game very often, which means even if your builders are working, you would still need to be raiding for loot. As you can see, all my builders are working, and I have loot for when they finish working, because I want to keep them working all the time. Because one of the biggest parts of how to progress quickly in the game is to always have your builders working. If you don't always have your builders working, that's time out of your life that's going to waste. For every builder that you're not enslaving, you could say, you can count every second of them sleeping in their hut as a second of your time going to waste when you're gonna need them. Just think about it. 10 hours of a builder not working is 10 hours of a building not being upgraded or built. So always have them building, and I always have them built. Now, if you have them all building, of course, this takes a lot of loot and will take you a long time. So if, for example, you're starting right now, and I have like, let's just say I have 5 builders, and none of them are working. I just opened my account after a long time. How would you get all 5 of them working if you take so much loot? So what you would ideally do is you would probably have a lot of loot lying around if you have 5 builders, and if you don't, you would start raiding to get it. What you would do is start doing very long upgrades, such as, for example, an Expo would take 9 days. And those 9 days are days guaranteed for your builder to work, and there's also 9 days for you to be able to farm to get the loot the next time. So always do the longer upgrades in order to make sure that your builders will be ready in time for when you have the loot. So this is how you start the process. You start with the long upgrades, and that would be, you only do this once, by the way. You only do it once you have like too many builders free. So you start with the long upgrades to make sure that they start working for you. Now, if you started the process, you don't need to do that anymore. Then you can just prioritize what you need, which is, for me, even though this will take 9 days, I might choose to upgrade, I don't know, let's just say a gold mine, because I would feel the gold mine is more important for me. It's not, but it could be in another universe for someone else. It could be more important for them. So that highly depends on you. Now, another thing you could do is while you're upgrading your buildings, make sure that your laboratory is always looking for new upgrades, and that's because the laboratory will always take up to 3 times as long to finish and max out as your base, assuming you have 5 to 6 builders. At least from Town Hall 9 and above, I would say. And that's mainly because there's just so many different troops and so many levels for every single troop that it's just insane. It's just insane. Now, you would ask, okay, so I have my builders working all the time and I have my lab researching all the time. Are there any key notes to know on how to actually have them work? Well, yes. For the lab mainly, upgrade what you're using the most. I'm using electro dragons, balloons, and lightning spells, which right now this is the strategy I'm training even. So that's what I max out first. I just got a Town Hall 12, and those are the things I'm maxing out. It's that simple. Now, you would ask, okay, what about the builders? What do we do as a build, like for, I'm a new town hall, what would I upgrade? Okay, that's simple. Your first priorities are offense because first of all it's the most fun. Again, you want to have fun, so this is why you're upgrading things that you use, and you're making sure that you can use more of them by upgrading your army camps, by upgrading your clan castles so you can have more troops on offense and defense, by upgrading your barracks and dark barracks and the like, and spell factory and dark spell factory. You would upgrade those. Me, like, as a new town hall, what exactly is the order you should upgrade things? Well, it depends. But what I always get to be upgrading first once I reach a new town hall is the laboratory. For this whole reason that starting town hall 7 or 6, once you upgrade to a new town hall, you get a boost, a power boost to be specific, for a couple days. And that power boost is limited by the level of your laboratory. So I would upgrade the laboratory, and if I had a book, I would even use a book of building or a book of everything to finish it, to make sure that I can enjoy all the wonderful max level troops, even though I don't actually have them. So I can actually make the perfect use out of everything. As you can see, I have max level balloons, even though they're still upgrading in the laboratory. After the barracks, I would say get a clan castle. It's a big difference maker in clan wars, in clan war leagues, and in general, it's just so much nicer to be able to have a higher capacity of spells or troops or anything that you're going to get out of it, especially at the lower town halls when you can get even up to 10 housing space at a time. I think it's a great value. So I would get that second, and third now depends on like what town hall you are. For example, at town hall 12, I would get the workshop because you're on like unlocking the workshop. At town hall 7, I think I would get the dark barracks because I would unlock dark troops. At town hall 8, I would get the dark spell factory to unlock a new thing. Always unlock new buildings before you decide to upgrade existing ones, because it's just important so you can get yourself the setup for your base ready, and that you're basically going to unlock more things. It's more fun and it's more efficient. And after you choose all of those things, if you still have builders available, I would say now you have to choose between unlocking a new troop, which for example for me is the Yeti, or would I rather unlock this new troop, which is the Headhunter, or would I rather upgrade the army camps? I reached the conclusion that because I'm using troops that I already own and have, that upgrading the army camps is the safe bet, as compared to unlocking a troop that I don't know if I'll enjoy using, or even really is a good troop for me to use, because I don't know, it's a bet. So what I'm going to do is, also because upgrading your barracks takes a really long time, especially at higher town halls, is just use hammers of building on them, which is another thing. Use your league clan war league medals to get the barracks and dark barracks leveled up, because this thing is a 10-day upgrade. Similarly to the Eagle Artillery, it's the longest upgrade this town hall has. There's no upgrade in this town hall that would exceed 10 days. So I would be using the hammer for this thing, and then in a couple days, I would be getting another hammer of building, this one, in 3 days, to be upgrading this. So I won't have the upgrading barracks, 1, because it takes a long time, 2, because it's really expensive, and 3, because while it's upgrading, my troops training is gonna be miserably slow, especially if I'm ending up upgrading both of them. You don't want that in your life. And also because, my spell factory is maxed, and so is my dark spell factory, so I don't have to worry about those for the near future. So 2 hammers come in really clutch for me to be upgrading both my barracks. So that's why I think it's gonna be best. After you're done upgrading all of your offense, you might want to be tempted to upgrade defense. You could. I would personally upgrade your resource collection and storage first. So I would be upgrading Dark Elixir storage and Dark Elixir drill, and elixir storages, gold storages, collectors, mines, and the like. Mainly because it's just in order to have all your builders working in the first place, you're gonna need this loot. So and you want to have somewhere to put it. You don't want to cap out like me, because I can upgrade my storages, but I'm still doing offense. So you don't want to lose all of that loot. So now if I raid right now, I would get nothing out of it, right? Except for trophies if I win, but I would lose the loot, and that ain't bueno, man. It ain't bueno. So you want to upgrade your resource collection and storage after your offense, and then you can do your defense. By the way, I would always dedicate a builder or two if you could, or even three if you're really up for the task, which I'm gonna do, in order to upgrade your heroes. I have two builders dedicated for my heroes right now. It's really easy as a Town Hall 9, cause your storage can contain enough Dark Elixir for both heroes, so you can just put both of them to upgrade, and by the time they come back, you would have full storage again, and then you can put them back again, all the way to level 30. That's how I did it, and it was really fun. Except for the part I didn't have heroes for like 3 months, which was kind of meh. But, you can do it, and you'll get there. So, other than that, I consider heroes offense, by the way, even though they're also defense, which is another great reason to be upgrading them. I would consider them offense. Now, as a Town Hall 12, I would say that although I said get offense and then resource and then defense, I would say that upgrading the Town Hall technically defends your resources within the Town Hall. So you could consider that between offense and resources as like something to do when you have a free builder. Now, walls. Walls are something that you do on the offside. So now I'm gonna have a free builder in 5 hours, but the next one is only gonna be ready in 2 days. So I'm gonna be spending all of my gold on walls, and then I would be spending my hammer on my dark barracks, and then I would be spending my elixir on an army camp. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for when it happens. I'm ready. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. And I know how I'm gonna make sure that my builders are always working and that I'm not going to overflow with my loot, so I don't waste anything. Be efficient. Be smart. As for the builder base, in the builder base side of things, you would want to have all of the gear ups ready, and you want to have the 6th builder, and you want to have a gem mine to the max. You want to have those things because at the end of the day, what it's gonna do is it's gonna help your main base, and most people only care about the main base anyways. So after you get all of those things for the builder base, you can ditch it. I don't. I think it's kind of nice from time to time, but you could. So it's really simple. Now, always do raid weekends. Always do clan war leagues. Regular clan wars are optional. If you have fun doing them, do them. If you don't. I'm not doing them because I don't have heroes. It's up to you. It's personal preference. There's no real obligation to do the clan wars, the regular ones. Events. You can do events. I usually do the events, and then I convert the potions that I get out of the events. I convert them into gems, and then that's how I get gems. I also remove obstacles and I get gems. I also what's it called? I also get like achievements that give me a lot of gems. Like there's a lot of gems waiting just to be picked up here, right? There's a lot of ways to get gems, and make sure that you only use gems for when you have to. So for example, what would you do with raid medals? I would say always get the research portion. I actually want to make a video on tiers of the magic items in the game for a free-to-play player, on how to get them and how much they're worth and what you should be aiming for. I would say research portion because again the lab takes the longest, and the lab is generally speaking what you want to max out in order to have more fun in the game, because you would have more variety of troops to pick, because you wouldn't want to have like level 1 barbarian. Side note, barbarians and archers, when you use the ability of the archer queen and the barbarian king, the troops that they release, the tiny archers and barbarians that they spawn are capped at the level of your actual barbarians and archers. So if you have a level 1 barbarian but a level 90 barbarian king, the barbarian king will still spawn level 1 barbarians. It doesn't scale with the barbarian king, it scales with your barbarian. So if you want to make your heroes stronger, you can always upgrade the troops that they spawn, the barbarian and the archer. Think about that. That's another thing you can do. And honestly, just have fun. Cause if you stop having fun in the game, you're just gonna be dragging it, and it's just not gonna be worth it. So always have fun. Make sure that you're doing what makes you happy. Even if you can't keep all your builders busy, keep one, maybe two. I don't know. Do whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's your village. It's your fun. Do whatever works for you. But I'm just telling you how I did it and how I progress really quickly. And now you know. So spread the word, I guess. Have fun.